Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and my name is Juliana. I've been thinking about a catchphrase I need, like, it's time for Gender with Juliana. Gender spelled with a J, but not all my videos are about gender, so I don't think that would be appropriate. But anyways, today's topic is going to be about, I suppose it's a little bit about a lot of things. Self-indulgence. It's all about you. In this case, I have to draw on personal experience, so it's going to be all about me. But, here we go. So, a lot of things I do because I think that, at that moment, I think are all based on emotion. Most of the time, my decisions are based on emotion. So whenever I'm like really flustered, really upset, then I start doing things out of spite. You know, I'm gonna do this because of this, and that, you know, like, and I'm gonna do it in spite of you, or in spite of the situation, and I feel like that leads to a road of terrible, terrible decisions. Two decisions I made, two things I did, this year were out of spite and weren't really the best decisions to make, I suppose. I want to apologize to the people I live with, whose name shall remain nameless. They took me in last October after I left my parents' house, and I didn't have anywhere to go, and they brought me to their home, and they let me live there. Of course, I'm sorry. I paid rent, of course, you know, but it wasn't enough to call rent. And they shared their family with me. They shared their food, and they shared a place in their heart and their home for me. And that meant a lot to me. And after I left my job in January, you know, they still let me stay there, even though I couldn't afford to pay the rent anymore. And I was really in a bad place. I was in a really bad place. I was very depressed and constantly thinking about you know, about cutting myself. And ooh, I poked myself. Let me put these down. These are dangerous. But and I was thinking about suicide as well, and it was just like a very bad place for me. I was hanging out with friends, and of course, you know, we were partying and having a lot of fun, and it was good for a while. And then you know, they told me that if I couldn't get a job within the next week or two, that I would have to move out. And I got really upset, and I made an emotional decision to I went out. I made a decision in spite, and I was really upset that they had said that to me. So so what I did was, while they were at work, I had called one of my friends to come and pick me up, and I had taken their $50 gift card to a restaurant, and I did it because they were being really, like, not rude to me, but I just felt I was in such a low place that I felt there was nothing left for me anyways. And I don't steal from people. I don't do that. You know, I always tell people, if you want to steal something, go to a store and steal it. You know, at least the company can replace it. You know, they can pay for it. At least they can afford to have it back. But when you steal from someone, you're taking their personal item, what belongs to them. And sometimes people can't afford to get those things back. And sometimes what you're taking are gifts, you know, that have been given to them. You don't know what you could be taking. And if you want something that bad, you know, if you wait for it, it'll come. It'll come in one way or another. You may not get that exact item, but you could get something that means more than that item, or you could get the money you need to acquire that item or product or whatever it is. You know, you could be put in a situation where someone is going to gift that item to you. You don't know. So if you ever think about stealing something from a person, think again. You know, if you want it that bad, if you need it that bad, it'll come to you eventually. It'll come to you when you actually need it. Just think of something in that moment you can use in substitution for that item that you want to steal. So think again. Watch this video again and think, you know, like, he made a poor decision, and what did he do? You know, and after I called up my friend and I'd taken the gift card, I said, you know, are you hungry? Let's go out to eat. We went out to eat. I paid for the majority of the meal. They covered what I couldn't. And it was great. We had an awesome time for about an hour and a half. And then I started feeling really guilty about it, and I felt terrible, and it just so happens that the next day they were looking, or not the next day, maybe a couple of days later, I'm not sure, but they started looking for it. And the reason I took it is because they weren't paying any attention, you know. It was just sitting around, and no one had ever touched it, no one looked about it or talked about it. So I figured it wouldn't be missed, and then it just so happens that sooner rather than later, they started looking for it, and I didn't know what to say. I felt really bad, and then that was one really poor decision I made. And then after a couple of days, they told me that, you know, if I couldn't afford to pay the rent, I had to go. And so I left, and I came back to my parents' house, and I never spoke to them again. I still haven't seen them, heard from them, spoken to them, or anything. But my friend, who also knows the people I was living with, they had asked her, because they used to come over the house sometimes, they had asked her if she had had taken the gift card. They had asked her if she had taken the gift card, and she said no, that I had done it. And when she had told me that she said that, you know, I was like, what kind of loyal friend are you? But I was more ashamed of myself. And I couldn't believe that I had done something like that. And it's not like, I don't want to say I give excuses for my behavior, because it was wrong, and I think about it every day. And I know it's not, some people will say it's not a big deal, it's just a gift card, but it's the principle of the matter. It's the fact that you don't do those things to people who have taken care of you, people who have shown nothing but kindness and given you so much. You don't do those kinds of things. And I just feel horrible about the whole thing, because it really showed a bad part of my character, and it's not who I am, not at all. And And if they ever watch this video one day, I apologize deeply, deeply. You didn't deserve my behavior to you, and I'm sorry that I've done that. I did that. It was not acceptable, and I wouldn't accept that from anyone else. You know, I am better than that, and I try and live every day in hopes of making up for that. And one day I hope that I can make it up to you. But I want to thank everybody for watching this video, and I pray that, ooh, did I just say I pray? I don't pray, I'm not religious. Ooh, but I hope that everybody can see this video and see the just one of the monumental hard times I've had. I've had many, tens, I've had dozens, but this is just one of them that I wanted to share, and in hopes that it would reach the people it's meant to. But I hope that some of you can see this video and see that, you know, these are the kinds of things that she does, and she feels sorry for them, and this is how she works to make up for her mistakes. And I hope that I don't make those mistakes. So I hope that's what you're thinking. And if I helped at all to some of you who are in a really bad place, you know, and thinking about doing something that you shouldn't, making poor decisions based upon emotions, you know, think again, because it feels good for a short amount of time, like an hour or however long, you know, but the next day, the next week, the next month, the next year is gonna wear off, and you're gonna realize you made a really stupid decision, very stupid, and you should have done something better. And think about it now and stop yourself now before you get to that point. But that's all. I'm not going to preach anymore. I don't know if I was preaching. I just felt like sharing that because it was something that weighed on my mind so heavily. But I hope I'm not going to hope anything for the rest of the video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.